This is Luxury Breaks, our weekly automotive segment, and my guest is Jacek Ziomek from X Motors, who you can find in Alcuz. You're welcome, Jacek. Nice
Hello.
to see you. How are you today?
Completely average.
What I like about you is the honesty, because most of the time it's, I'm great, everything's fine. And I often think, people say, how you doing? And I quite often will say, I'm breathing. Which is good, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because, sometimes we overplay it, don't we? We're a bit too positive.
It should be about the cars.
It really should be about the cars. So look, you'll be very pleased to know, I sent you some points yesterday, maybe I thought we could discuss, and I really wanted to start with a 50-question, frequently asked questions about Chinese cars. How would you like to go through 50 questions that are frequently... I can tell from your face you're not overly into that, so maybe we won't do that.
I read this article.
Uh-huh.
I didn't read the questions, but they're mentioning there that, for example, there is one guy is telling, I trusted to BMW until I discovered the Chinese quality and the technology.
I saw that. That was one of the quotes that. Yeah,
the first thought.
I can tell by your face.
She's beautiful, but it's not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
I've always liked that expression.
I mean, I'm not talking about the guy. I'm talking about the Chinese cars.
I know you are.
They're beautiful.
Yeah,
but. Like I said, it's not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
Yeah. That's.
They're talking about the technology because they see the screens, everything inside. So why they should consider something wrong under the hood, right?
Or the drivetrain, okay, yeah.
Well, about the drivetrain, about the technology.
Yeah,
it's the subject I've sent you.
You have. Well, look, I mean,
those guys are doing a serious job.
Yes, yeah. But your worry is the design and technology and the what's
we
it?
can
What
discuss,
you call it? Copy-paste?
About the Chinese cars. Yeah, but there's nothing to discuss.
Just not a fan. But the point is of the article. And I think this was it Yamamoto, I think, was somebody writing on which is a online car site. Chinese cars quickly gaining traction in the UAE, growing their market share from 4% in 2022 to 12% by 2024. Where it got to in 2025, we don't have numbers yet, but I mean, I'm guessing it's substantially higher than 12%. So it's affordability, advanced features and tailored designs. And what you're seeing with Chinese manufacturers is they're really starting to look at the climate, the things that are necessary here, bigger, better air conditioning, condensers, compressors, all of that stuff. They're tailoring the cars for specific markets much more than they were. You look so skeptical, I'm going to stop talking.
Of course.
But that's what I'm reading.
I told you. No. For me, it's not a real technology.
Okay.
It's like we are discussing about the new Samsung or Apple mobile, right? This is this kind of technology, not a real technology based on the physics, which we expect from the car, right? Another two devices inside or the bigger screen didn't give you the pleasure of driving. Never.
No, that's true, and it's interesting. When you sent me the new cockpit layout for the new electric Ferrari that Johnny Ive has designed,
that's the different story.
Yeah, I mean that's a completely different story. That's knobs and switches and touch, and that's got feel.
Yeah,
hasn't it? Yeah. And I have to admit to you, I was a bit, it's not that great. And then you sent me that, and I looked through it, and I watched somebody talk through the way it was done and how it was put together, and everything is thought through for a driver's pleasure, but it was all practical, and so I'm getting to grips with it.
Every industry, you have the same story.
True, you do. Yeah.
You can have a proper car, which gives you a pleasure of driving, watching, touching, feeling this car, okay? Or you don't care. You just need to transfer yourself from A to B. In this case, it doesn't matter how it looks. Let it work only. right?
It's interesting you say that actually, because I hadn't really thought of
The
it in
same
those
you have, for
terms.
example, with
Yeah.
listening to the music, right? You can buy the Chinese speaker, Bluetooth, for 100 dirham, okay? Or you can spend 20K for a nice looking, made of wood speakers with a proper amplifier and a proper class of electronics. And that will give you a pleasure of listening.
I'm with you on that, and I see.
But if you don't care, who cares?
I'm with you. I mean, people have different priorities. That's fine. Look, I'm a music fan and have been for years, and I collect music and I buy music. But when it comes to speakers and systems, I'm not an audiophile at all. I don't have a big system, and I'm just not that interested. I need to be able to hear it. I have some reasonable headphones that I use quite a lot if I'm just going to sit and listen to music. But it's not my focus, and I'm kind of the same with cars.
Are you able still to hear the difference between, for example, Sennheiser and the Apple and the Bowers?
I think probably, yeah. I think I get that there is a difference. It's just not. It's not enough for me to think I'm going to go and spend 10,000 dirhams on a speaker system.
It's not about
That's
the
not my
spending.
thing.
It's about the pleasure of listening.
Yeah, true. It's always been a little bit sort of. That's not really my thing, but I understand that with
I'm
cars,
driving now
people are.
You know the situation with my BM. I'm using the Quattroporte right now, and those guys, they did beautiful car with an amazing powertrain, but there are some annoying things inside the car which makes you angry. How someone would be so stupid to create such a solution?
Like what, for example?
For example, you cannot turn off the engine without moving to the parking. I mean, the lever has to be moved to parking, even if it's electronic.
Right.
Otherwise, you cannot turn off the engine. It's ridiculous.
Well, how is that ridiculous? Sorry,
I don't know. This is, this is Italian pizza with the American ketchup. Because they sold partially the company, the Stellantis, to the US.
Yes. Okay. But that's just a safety feature, surely. That's just, making sure that you don't like that.
The brakes are enough. Okay.
That's
the most important safety feature.
So you can't turn the engine off unless it's in park.
Yeah.
Isn't that all automatic?
Okay, in the older cars, it's normal because if you have a mechanical lever, you have to turn the lever to the parking position, right?
Yeah, I'm with you, yeah.
But in this case, it's electronic.
Yeah.
Who cares? The system you're turning off the engine, okay?
It should do it for you.
You have it in the Mercedes or BMW. Automatically, the system turns the parking mode.
Right, okay. Is it a familiarity feature? Is it just a feature that
Someone wasn't smart enough.
Right, okay. All right then.
It's like the same is with the American cars. You have a engine from the truck, okay, but the brakes from the Yaris.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right then. So what else niggles you, gets to you, annoys you about this Quattroporte? Because, I mean, most people
The suspension doesn't know from which car it is, okay?
Right.
The car wants to be a luxury car, but there is no something in between. If you're turning to the sport mode, it's going to be stiff as much as possible. But when it's in a comfort mode, it's not comfortable enough. So
it's not quite what you're looking for, is it? Okay. All right. What's the best car of a similar level to the Quattroporte that you're driving now? What's the best car you've driven?
To the Quattroporte?
To the one you're driving now, just so that you've got an equivalent. So
in a similar,
kind of.
If you're looking for the luxury, Mercedes. Okay. If you're looking for something sporty, 7 Series will not give you this. Okay, even with the M package. Hard to say. It's too big car to be a sporty car.
Right. Because it strikes me that you want things a very particular way. You've got a very high set of standards.
No.
Well, compared to me, but I think we know that. But I mean, there are very particular things that you want. The suspension needs to be a certain way. It needs to be. You need to have, I don't know, a car that you don't have to put into park when you
There are many things which
turn the
should
ignition
be
off.
considered before releasing the car to the market. And even though they did some mistakes, okay, there is a lifted version which should be, all those mistakes should be removed. They just continuing.
But these things get ironed out over time, don't they? It's always maybe an idea to get the last year of a particular model because all the engineering mistakes have been made, the software glitches have been ironed out. In theory, because you're at this point where it's as good as it can be for that particular model.
Somehow I like this car, but same way I sometimes hate it.
Look, there are other things to talk about today. I was going to ask you, I wanted to start actually today with I think it was the second story that I sent you, and it's the Aston Martin story. Which I think, and when you see a headline like this, I make exactly that same noise because
I've been walking yesterday in
sad.
a parking spot, and I told my wife, "See, such a beautiful car."
Yes.
There was Aston Martin there. Underappreciate, right?
Yeah.
You're losing half of your money within a year after you purchase the car. But still, I'm still sorry. I'm still thinking about to buy the DBS. This one, like from if you remember, Quantum of Solace.
I remember it well.
The first scene.
Yeah. In Rome.
Yeah. No, not in Rome. They are chasing. The three Alfa Romeos are chasing Aston Martin.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you. Yeah,
Alfa Romeo is also nice, but that was some mistake. They sold too much to General Motors those days.
Okay. Well, the story is Aston Martin are going to cut 20% of their workforce. They're going to sell the F1 branding rights. They've been hit quite hard by the tariffs.
And also the Formula One fans and specialists telling they are behind the others. So we'll see next week in Australia and Melbourne, but doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't. I mean, this is a £50 million, which is about 250 million dirham deal to sell the perpetual naming rights of the Aston Martin Formula One team. And this is going to go to AMR GP Holdings, which operates the team. So it strengthens their
Despite having
position.
the big brother, I mean, remember before Aston Martin was well known about from their V12 engines. Now they are using Mercedes powertrain.
Yeah.
So you have exactly the same which you'll find in the S63 or G63 engine. Slightly different unit, but it's the same power horse.
All of this doesn't mean that Aston Martin are really, they're not going, they're still going to produce cars. And the shares were up about 5% in London trading after the
I'm
announcement
afraid to
was made.
survive, they have to join the big brother.
Well, that's the point, isn't it? Going forward, there's been a lot of money pumped into Aston Martin. It's just a shame because it's...
Otherwise, they will share the fate of Jaguar.
Well, there you are. What do you mean by that? How would you
Jaguar
characterize
disappeared.
that? Well, not disappeared, but... Okay. There's the face again. But it's such an iconic car, just the James Bond association by itself, but just to see, I don't know, something that really stands out.
And somehow it's sometimes more sophisticated than Italian competitors. I mean, the British technology in motorsport is very good.
Yeah.
In simple words, without the Brits, Formula One will not work.
Well, from those days, maybe not so
even
much
now,
these days.
Even
Do you
now.
think so?
Yeah.
Would you say that? Would you go that far?
Yeah.
Yeah. What makes you say that?
Because it looks like you have the teams from different countries. Formally, internally, it's run by Brits. In the meaning of technology, understanding of racing. Some guys remember when were Ferrari was on the top. Who been driving the team?
Who was driving the team?
Ross
When they
Brown.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I'm with you. Sorry, my ignorance of
German.
Formula One is
You
awful.
had a British team director and a German driver.
It's a pretty good combination, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's the order of things, I suppose. Okay. There's another story today I wanted to bring to you. We were talking about Audi last week. The Audi collaboration in China. So this is a Chinese market car, and we were looking at the
This
car.
wasn't even worth considering.
No, you were unmoved
But this
by
one
that.
from this,
But this week,
S6
S6 e-tron.
Interesting.
Well, I'm glad you think that, because I'm looking at this, and it's a shame we can't put the pictures out here. Maybe there will be one on the YouTube or on the podcast banner.
Whatever you say,
But it's a fast
whatever
car.
you say, if Audi is using S or RS
Yes.
mark, it's serious.
Well,
We can say if they use the S, it's like we are serious. But if you have a RS, we are really serious.
is that how it works? I'm getting into the conversation now. This is, if you're familiar, apparently, with the first generation A5.
Yeah.
Okay. The designer was Walter de Silva. He says it's the most beautiful car I've ever designed. You'll recognize the new e-tron. That's what we're being told. Does that ring with you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You appreciate it?
Because
from that
those
level?
guys know what they're doing.
What interests you about this car?
They closely cooperate also with the Porsche. So formally at the market they are competitors, but internally it's the same brand. I mean the R&D is very close each other.
This is an electric car.
Okay.
Aerodynamic sportback styling. Next-gen digital luxury. And it's a move towards a fully mature electrified lineup, they say. That's the
You
sales
see the
pitch.
Audi, electric Audi, you're talking about the electricity, you're talking about the interior, touch screens and everything.
Yeah.
But under the hood, you have still the brakes and suspension. Those guys know how to make it. Right? So who cares about the electricity? It doesn't matter. It will be good car, I think.
Well, here's what we...
If it is S, it's probably not at so comfortable, which sometimes is damaging the real feeling of the car.
Let me give you the specs, all right? Rear biased all-wheel drive system. 370 kilowatts, rising to 405 with launch control. I love that phrase. Allowing it to sprint from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, 3.9 seconds. Okay. What else have we got? Variable torque distribution that enhances traction. Regenerative braking that can be adjusted via paddles as well. Okay. 675 kilometers is the range that Audi are claiming.
In theory.
In theory. 450 to 500, I think,
Still
is
good.
maybe more real world. So not bad at all. Under tray charging as well, and then fast charging 10 to 80% in 21 minutes. That's what. So those are the specs that kind of stand out.
That's the car we should discuss if talking about the EVs, not this. I don't know. Don't remember the names.
They make that much of an impression on you, don't they? But it's it's performance for the future. It's a great big electric Grand Tourer. This is a GT car. This is going to be exciting to people. I mean, even you. I'm sending you this story in my.
I understand
in the back
the
of my mind.
GT has a 2-door body. This is a 4-door sedan.
True, but I suppose it offers the experience. Quiet luxury in the form of performance-oriented electric Grand Tourer is part of the sales pitch. But it was interesting because I sent this to you thinking, oh well, he's gonna have a go at this. He's not going to enjoy this. But your eyes kind of lit up there because it's Audi.
What about the last one?
Yeah. Well, do you want to jump in? So that was Aston Martin, and then, well, which one do you want to do?
RS5.
The RS5. I thought you'd
With
want
the
to talk about
hottest
that.
premiere last days.
Yeah, quite right.
630, 640 horsepower.
Big heavy car though.
Big heavy car. We'll
Yeah.
see how they manage the suspension.
First ever plug-in hybrid system inside an RS car. 630 brake horsepower. They're going to be fighting.
And this is RS,
M3s,
really
aren't they?
serious.
That's huge.
I think they moved everything which they did before with the RS6 and RS7 now to RS5.
Yeah, it's super heavy. 2,355
Yes.
kilos for the saloon, 2,375 kilos for the wagon version. There you are. Exciting for you? Does that get a thumbs up?
We'll see.
Okay.
It's on a paper, it's too heavy to have a pleasure driving this car. But in reality, maybe the torque, maybe distribution of the torque and the suspension will make it possible to have a fun with this car.
0 to 62, 3.6
Doesn't matter.
seconds. Top speed 177 miles an hour. Just
Yeah.
things to point out, I suppose.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you to talk about the new Chery Rely R8 pickup truck, but we haven't got
Very
that far.
interesting.
Yeah, it's super interesting. I knew you'd love that.
Yeah.
Cool looking truck, though.
2.4,
Starts around
2.4
60,000
natural
euros.
aspirated and the 2.3 diesel.
Jacek Ziomek is from X Motors.
Thank you.
And that is Luxury Brakes. Good to see.
Thank you.
This is Mirror Business FM.